For the upcoming local government election in Lagos State, as political parties gear up to contest leadership position across the councils, residents across the 20 local government areas and 37 LCDAs are expected to head to the polls next week Saturday to elect new chairmen and councillors. The Commissioner of Police has also assured the public of adequate security before, during, and after the elections, urging citizens to vote peacefully and avoid violence. Now, political observers say the polls are crucial for grassroots governance and development, as newly elected leaders will directly impact local administration and service delivery. Now, join us for this conversation is the APC chairmanship candidate, Yaba Local Government, Bayo Adefuye. Good morning. Thanks so much for joining us. Well, the local government elections, well, it's just by the corner. Next week Saturday, residents will be going to the poll. What makes it different for you and for you to even have that ticket of APC?
Okay, well, I've had quite a history with Yaba. I was a sole administrator in 2016, appointed sole administrator in 2016, and after being appointed sole administrator, which lasted for about 13 months, I was appointed to SUBEB as a board member of SUBEB, and I ran for the House of Assembly in Yaba, Constituency 2, which is Yaba, Lagos Mainland Constituency 2, that's Yaba. So in 2018 and also in 2022. So I've done quite a lot of things.
So that's why you deserve the ticket for the APC?
Well, there's a lot that I've shown over the years.
So sometime last month, when we were just unveiled as getting the ticket, some of your APC members in Yaba stated that your candidacy was being imposed on them. What is your response to that?
Well, my response, they were saying my father and all. My father is in a completely different senatorial zone, and I have been doing politics in Yaba for over 10 years. I've been there before I was a sole administrator. I had an office, small office there. I'm part of the community there in Abuli-Jesha. And
you have to speak up so that we can hear you loud and clear.
I'm part of the community there in Abuli-Jesha, which is my ward. There.
Okay.
And I'm a member of the Mainland Leadership Forum, headed by Honorable Wale Oshun. That's the apex leader in Lagos Mainland. I've been the returning officer during the World Congresses, which was in 2021. I was a returning officer, and I was also chairman electoral committee that was posted from Yaba to Etiosa, and Etiosa was also posted to Yaba.
Okay, so what is the situation now? And if you win, how would you unite all the factions in Yaba APC?
Okay, well, we've got a very robust plan, me and my team. We intend to immediately go into empowerment of the youth, empowerment of the market women, empowerment of the artisans and all the relevant stakeholders within Yaba. Our empowerment is different. We tagged our agenda Yaba Tuntum, as you can see. Yaba Tuntum, and what
New Yaba.
Yes. What it just simply means is that we're doing everything new. The politics is going to be new. Our approach to everything is going to be new. We want to have infrastructural renewal. We want to have roads that you just want to go out and buy a car so you can drive on it. We have aesthetics in mind when we're doing everything, because we want to promote tourism. We want it to be a tourist hub. So our Makoko Day, Iwaya Day, we want to turn them into international events where everybody can come from all corners of the world and be a part of it. We want to empower the youth with, for example, in the security aspect, we want to use them for intelligence gathering, and we'll have them encouraged with communication gadgets and other things, and we'll also have them encouraged, if some of them are interested, to join the police force, or at least the spy police. We'll also have the youth in sports. Youth and sports go together like rice and beans. So we're going to encourage them in sports. We're going to make sure that those who go and win accolades, they become ambassadors for the council. We encourage them with money, socially, whatever way we can promote them, we will encourage them. For the market women, men and women, we're going to encourage them with interest-free loans. We're going to have special empowerments made for them. And we're going to have them feel like a big part of the government, because we think maybe in a way they are not being given their due. You understand? So we intend to change all that.
You've been mentioning a lot of plans. Is there any timeline to all of this? Oh, I will achieve this in 10 days, in 100 days, in 200 days.
The empowerments will be the first 3 months. We'll have the empowerment months. Like I said, I wanted to say that we're also working on having our own mini transportation system in Yaba, where we'll have smart bus stops. We'll have the service center, which will take care of, which would at least provide at least 500 jobs plus 1,000 jobs in Yaba alone, because drivers, conductors, those who work on the cars, and all that. So after that, we are also projecting having a small power station. Thank God for Mr. President, who has signed into law that he has taken power off the exclusive list. So now we're going to tap into that and ensure that Yaba has cheaper electricity by making sure that we generate our own.
How sincere are you with all these beautiful
I am
plans?
very sincere. I'm more sincere than you can imagine, because of the fact that I've had protests and all that. I have everything to prove. And by the way, I need to thank the protesters. They're maybe more popular than I've ever been.
Are you saying this because you are already on the ballot? That's why you're saying this?
No,
after
I am not saying that.
The election has come and gone. We see some chairmen who leave, relocate to another
I'm not relocating.
place.
I'm not relocating.
Do you stay in Yaba at the moment?
Yes, I stay in Yaba at the moment.
Iwaya.
My office is in Abli Jesha. My abode is in Alagomiji.
Okay. I know all those places very well.
Yes, they are
because after the election, are we seeing a time you move out to other locality because you don't want your people to keep disturbing you, asking for some of these dividends of democracy?
I want them to disturb me. I'm not that tired of listening to them. It's going to be going to have an open door policy government. It's a listening government, and I'm there to serve the people. So I can never get tired of them disturbing me. I want to be disturbed, please.
So what were your achievements as a sole administration then? Just a moment.
Well, as a sole administrator, we had, at the end of the day, I was best sole administrator in Nigeria by the Chartered Institute of Public Health Management in Nigeria. And we did a lot of things back then. We ensured that all where we had flooding was deflooded. We ensured that market men and women felt the government, although at that time our allocation was very meager because we were appointed, but we still did the best that we could. We ensured that all the past officers related, all their entitlements that were owed to them since 1999 were all paid. Were all paid to them. A lot of, back then we did a lot of skills acquisition for the people who tell me till today that they are still eating with that, what the skills acquisition I did for them back then. So that makes me very happy. A lot of other things that that I did back then. But right now, what we have for them is really more important than anything I could have done. So I'd really like to get some of it out. Like I said, we want our own transportation system. We want our own little power grid there where we can serve the people of Yaba. We're going to reach out to the poor and the vulnerable in the society with special kind of empowerment. I go to you, can you give me one member of your family who has a head for business that I can train? And that person will sign an agreement with us that when you get this empowerment, you are not going to japa with it. No, you can't japa. We want Yaba to have a robust economy. So if it's going to have a robust economy, we can't empower you like that and you leave and go away because now you are okay. So we want that empowerment done. So we'll teach, give them skills.
I like how you're speaking.
And we'll give them skills. We'll buy them tools, get them a small place where they can start off, and give them some capital to start. And we will monitor them to ensure that, look, you don't waste these resources. And as it goes on, you still get more encouragement for us, because we want, like I said, we're trying to develop a very robust economy. So all that, we need to ensure that, look, when we're empowering you, you keep producing. And of course, Yaba Tutu also stands for sensitizing the people to think in a new direction. No more selfishness, no more hatred. Let's promote love and peace. No more
selfishness.
When we do for you, you too can do for others. That's basically what it's about.
Okay, Yaba Tutu sounds like a very promising plan, but I'm always going to speak from my gender. Okay. I mean, what is your plan for women representation in your council, if you will?
Well, presently, most of the councillors are men, so that's in your favor. So most of the supervisory councillors will have to be women, so we can balance it out. Apart from that, we're having special empowerment for the women, for the widowed, both men and women too, because we have widows that are men, widowed men too. So for the widows, market women, market men. We're going to empower the women. Also, we really support them in business, just like the men as well. And those, we're balancing everything out. There's been a lot of focus on women. Men are there as well. They need help. They need help too. So we're going to balance it out. Everybody's going to feel that sense of belonging to the government, because we're going to reach out to everyone. All the ethnic groups are going to be covered, and all political groups. We're going to bring everybody together, and we're going to have. We're going to make sure that everybody has a new mindset, because I think that's really where we need to start from. The way we think, the way we do things. Let's all be our brother's keeper. Let's all be together as one. We're going to have sensitization workshops on this, because I've realized that the way people think is just as important as the way they live. Because if you get them to think better, they'll behave better and they'll do better. Apart from that, the party structure, some of the past political office holders have felt left out. We're going to make sure that everybody is well carried along and everybody feels that sense of belonging. We're going to invest in agriculture and ensure that our people have cheaper food to buy. Whatever we have in the present agriculture, we're going to make it bigger, put in more crops, and ensure that our people get that food to eat.
Everything that you have said is great, but I mean, there's often this belief that state governments sometimes try to overshadow local government. How are you going to ensure that during your time, if you win, this doesn't happen?
Thank you. Luckily for us, Mr. President Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu has made sure that local governments have their own autonomy. And this is great for us, because it means that if we do well and we put our best brains to work, it can be like a small state on its own. And that is how we want to function. We want to function like we're a small state. So we're not going to depend much on the state government, because we also have beginning autonomy. But we will partner with state government from time to time on different, for example, like on the Uaya Day, Makoko Day, those are going to be international events. I think they're going to be international events. We may need to, because it's going to be redesigned. So we may need to barricade some of the roads. So definitely we have to involve the state government in that. And of course, their support on it, because tourism, the Ministry of Tourism is going to help us on what we plan to do. Because
so in just 1 minute before we let you go, do you have plans to continue some of the projects done by your predecessor?
Definitely. We're not wasting anything.
So that we don't have abandoned projects?
Our resources were used to do the project. In fact, we will ensure that every project is completed, because I'm already used to doing that, because when I was a solar administrator, we completed all projects with metal ground. That was part of our mandate. So I'm not in it to waste or to say, oh, it's not my own, so no. It's resources that were used to do it.
It's a fine place to leave it. APC chairmanship candidate, Abayo Adefuye. Thank you so much for joining us on the program this morning.
Thank you for having me.